Welcome back to On Air B&B Football with Brandon and Bryce. Bryce and Brandon, thank you for coming back and watching us on YouTube, listening to us on Spotify. Whatever you're doing, we appreciate it. Today we're going to be coming at you with the injury forecast, update, whatever you want to call it. But before we get into the video, make sure you go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But please help us reach our goal where we want to be able to talk to you, the fans, the players, and the coaches. We want to come out to the stadiums, whether it's college or NFL, and tailgate, have fun, do all the good stuff. But most of all, bring you better content while doing it. Like I said, you can help us reach that goal by just doing something easy. Hit the like button, looks like this, and then the subscribe button. Very simple.
So subscribe.
Bryce, let's go ahead and do this rapid fire episode. Let's go.
All right, start with the 49ers.
49ers.
Ayuk, out. IR, $30 million a year. Down the drain. Gone. Debo had a scare, had some lung fluid.
Looks like he's good.
Yeah, looks like he's good. Pneumonia. Yeah, that happened. He was out. He played a few snaps, out the rest of the game.
Juwan Jennings is out.
Juwan Jennings, out.
But the big piece.
CMC?
Coming back.
Coming back soon. Who knows when?
Could
it be too late? Could it be too late for them?
Could be, but this is a must-win game for them. So
yeah.
I do believe that CMC plays, and he is back to CMC form.
Right.
I don't think he's going to change. And I think they get the win here this week.
See what happens.
Buccaneers.
Smooth to the books. Baker is without his top two weapons. Mike Evans is going to be out a few weeks, which is going to suck. Going to hurt them really bad. Could he still be a 1,000-yard receiver, though? Maybe.
Yes,
I think he still would be. I hope so. But Chris Godwin, who was a great piece of offense, great run after catch guy, I think was the best of the season.
Got back to form.
Finally, IR, done for the season on a really kind of like a
pretty nasty
injury, but it was, kind of just like a garbage time injury too, which
43
really
seconds left in the game.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks for him, but this is where we should see the uptick in volume for Rachaad White the rest of the season. I think the Buccaneers will be fine.
Yeah. Moving to the Browns, Deshaun Watson is out for the season with a torn Achilles. Browns fans may be celebrating a little bit. I am not, because he looked awful as a Steelers fan.
To be fair, a lot of people are getting flack for celebrating it and booing and clapping, but it's very reasonable. I mean, not a good person, and don't wish anybody harm.
No, you don't do that.
But it's kind of like karma coming back to bite.
It is,
So it's like, oh well, get over it.
Yeah,
whatever.
Browns fans were booing, and another person that's gonna be not happy about it is the massage therapist that has to massage his Achilles when it's all said and done.
But famous Jameis
coming in.
Heck
yeah, eat those W's, baby.
And Chubb is back.
Look
maybe
decent.
Second week back in the offense.
Yeah.
They look a little better with Jameis, and they still got Njoku there. No Amari, but this offense should look a lot different. Going forward. So
yeah. Let's go to the Vikings. Christian Darrisaw is out on that offensive line. Sucks. Good piece for them. Was one of the only offensive lines that played. I'm pretty sure played most.
They were a top. They were top line.
They were the top line, and not a very flashy, well-known line, but we're playing very solid football. They were one of the only teams that played every snap together, I think, or something like that this year.
But where they lose Darrisaw, an elite piece on their line, they get back T.J. Hockenson.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, it's going to take him a few weeks to get into the swing of things, but I think that it makes the Vikings better in the future for blocking purposes, and obviously he's a great receiver too. So
let's go to the Lions. Of course, Aiden Hutchinson went on IR, was probably the Defensive Player of the Year front runner. And then not really an injury update, but Jameson Williams getting suspended 2 games for some kind of thing in the system. Who knows? A little bit of PEDs.
Said he didn't do it, but he's not going to take him to court.
Yeah,
so obviously,
whatever.
He did it.
Lions are still moving.
Allegedly,
Lions are still moving. Still going to be an elite offense. They're still looking good. Cowboys, them boys who look terrible. Micah and Dexter Lawrence are still hurt on that defense. That defense looks atrocious. The offense looks atrocious. Little thing. Dalvin Cook may play for the Cowboys this week, which may help the running game.
It won't.
Oh no, Dalvin and Zeke in a backfield elite.
That would have been elite in 2016.
You're correct with that. Let's go to the Texans. Nico coming back in a few weeks. Do you think they need that piece on offense?
I don't know if they do,
or
but
do you just need that for your
need it for my fantasy
So I was going to go with
everywhere.
next.
Nico Collins, God mode. But I think also where we're talking about this, CJ Stroud didn't look great last
He
week.
did not look terrible.
Tank Dell doesn't look great.
No.
Diggs doesn't look great without Nico.
Yeah.
I think Nico's the piece that
Maybe
makes
it
that
is.
offense run along with
Yeah.
Mixon, and they need him bad right now.
Yeah. Another guy coming back this week, Tua. Big need for the
Tua!
Dolphins. Big, huge need for the Dolphins.
Please get back and freaking light it up for Tyreek. I need
Yeah.
him back in my lineup as well. The Dolphins clearly need it too.
They really
can't get
need it.
anywhere with
That's-
Tyler Huntley or
That was really
who
bad.
did they even have back there before?
It was Skylar Thompson.
Skylar
That's
Thompson.
who it
That's
was.
right.
Yep.
So-
That's what was happening in Miami.
And where we didn't really like Tua beforehand, I think you're really starting to see how much he means to that Dolphins offense when you're talking about the big time weapons and skill position players that they have there. Without Tua, they all look terrible. So
yeah, well, he said he did come out and say he's not going to rock the Guardian cap, which hopefully he doesn't dolphin dive into anybody else's kneecap. Pacheco coming back in a few weeks. Also Rice, we don't really know a timetable for him more than Pacheco.
Rice will be out the rest of this year. They
Yeah.
said it's probably like a 14-month recovery.
Yeah.
But Pacheco should be back probably by week 10. Pretty
Okay.
excited for that, for my fantasy and my boys.
Yeah.
So
let's go back to the NFC side. Puka and Cup were back this week from Thursday Night Football.
Last night.
They look good.
Puka looked real good.
You know, Cup has some trade talk, but Puka looked a little bit better than Cup. But you know that's Matt Stafford looked really good with both his weapons back. So you know,
first time he's thrown for more than one touchdown.
If the weapons look like that and they continue to win games, then those the trade talk's going to die down and they're going to keep that offense rolling.
Absolutely. And the Rams could actually make a serious run for this division with every team in that division looking pretty shaky at this point.
Mhm.
The Niners 3-4, Seahawks 4-3.
Yeah, that division's
Cardinals.
way more open than you think it would be.
And hey, that's where me and Bryce's picks may not look so silly at the end of this year.
You're
For
not
the Cardinals
wrong.
and the Rams.
It's looking terrible right now. It's
We'll
looking
see.
awful, but
We'll
hey.
see.
Yeah, Dalton got hit by a car. Was it Bryce Young driving? We do not
More
know.
than likely, but
Possibly. Allegedly, he was not. We don't know. But he's starting though. So
And it's safe to mention Deontay's out this week. He's been a little banged up the past couple weeks. Decided to play anyways because he knows Andy Dalton gets him the ball, and he knows Bryce won't get him the ball. So he's like, no, I'm going to take this week off. Adam Thielen's still on an IR. So look for Bryce Young to look maybe even worse than he did before.
possibly, maybe,
They are giving him absolutely no weapons, kind of just accepting a loss at this point.
possibly,
But
yes.
Jonathan Brooks is coming back soon.
Could get the first pick in the draft this season, like he didn't have last year.
First running back in the draft.
There you go. You need something. Derek Carr is still out for the atrocious-looking Saints.
Does Rattler get the start this week? Or
he's.
Hader come in and
I don't know.
take the job.
Do you still look at Rattler and what he's done and say, hey, maybe just go out there and try to sling it again? You still have
Rashid Shaheed, out for the year.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed's out for the year. Olave, he should be back this week. So that could help that offense a little bit. But
I think you leave Rattler in one more week because he hasn't
see what
really
happens,
play with
or
Olave
even
yet.
just see what happens in the first half maybe of this game.
He hasn't really got to play with Olave yet.
Yeah.
And before he even played, he was like, I'm just going to throw to Olave every time when he's in the game. And they played for 2 snaps together, and then Olave got hurt, and Rattler's looked awful. But play one more week with Rattler. If he doesn't look good, that's when you bring Hainer back in until Carr gets back. So
Giants, Andrew Thomas out for the year, big piece of that offensive line. You know, he's been injured in the past, had some on and off times, but he's looked very, very good this year at left tackle. He's out for the season. Kayvon Thibodeau is still out on IR for right now.
And you really saw the Andrew Thomas missing in that Eagles game.
Yeah. And they got
because
rolled.
they looked like they were getting to be like somewhat of a solid offense with somewhat of an identity the past couple weeks. And without Andrew Thomas now, it looks like they're back to being Giants that we thought they were.
DK Metcalf is out this week for Seattle. I mean, that's going to be a big piece of that offense for them.
Look for a bigger role for
JSN and Lockett.
All right, and I think that wraps it up for us for the rapid fire injury forecast update, whatever you want to call it. That's it. Leave in the comments what you think, which injury is going to affect which team the most, and who's coming back, what's going to make the biggest difference, whatever it is. Also, leave in the comments what you want to see for future videos. But please help us reach our goal where we want to be able to talk to you, the fans, the players, and the coaches. We want to be able to come out to the stadiums, whether it's college or NFL, tailgate, have fun, do all the good stuff. But most of all, bring you better content while doing it. You can help us reach this goal by hitting the like button, the subscribe button and share with everybody you know, whether they like football or not. Thank you guys. See you next time. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.